In this video, we're going to assemble the 3D printed Braille Embosser. Once everything has been fully 3D printed, organize all of the parts so that you can identify them. The embossing cylinder has raised Braille dots on the surface. The counter cylinder is the one with recessed dots. Next, you have two different rollers for the cylinders. One holder has a plus sign. The other has a minus sign. The holder with the plus sign is used with the embossing cylinder. The holder with the minus sign is used with the counter cylinder. I recommend sorting these into two separate groups so you don't get them mixed up. Next, slide the plus sign holder into the embossing cylinder. To help guide you through this process, make sure that you line up all of the triangle indicators. Every holder has a top triangle, 3 side triangles, and a bottom triangle. I recommend testing the fit by sliding the cylinder on only part way. The cylinder should go onto the holder without too much resistance. It shouldn't be too tight or too loose. If it feels too tight and you might not be able to pull it back out, a little bit of sanding might be needed. The fit seems right, so I'll go ahead and complete the assembly. All of the indicator triangles on the side should be pointing to the right. Next, make sure that you're using the minus sign holder. Make sure that the holder triangles are facing the same direction as the cylinder triangles. For this time, the triangles should be facing to the left. When we bring these two cylinders together, the indicator triangles on the top and the bottom should be pointing directly at each other, and the indicator triangles on the side should mirror each other. The embossing cylinder's triangle is pointing to the right, and the counter cylinder triangle is pointing to the left. If you line it all up, the gears should interlock seamlessly. Before moving on, if you're using the optional grip extension, it'll need to be installed next. The grip comes in two pieces, a top piece and a bottom piece. You'll start by placing the top piece over the top of the base and then sliding it all the way down. Then set the bottom piece down on a solid surface and line up the top piece and the base over it. It does take a little bit of effort, but it should click in place. Once the extended grip is in place, we can move on to the next steps. Before installing the rollers, I recommend testing the fit of the lid, just to make sure that it goes on and off cleanly. If it's too difficult to remove by hand, I recommend placing the lip of the lid against a solid surface and pulling down. This should give you leverage to pop it off without too much effort. If the lid passes the check, we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. This is the technique that works best for me. I place both cylinders in my hand with my palm pointing up. I make sure that they're aligned correctly and then hold the bottom in place with my fingers. Then I grab the embosser base with my other hand and double check that the plus sign is going in to the left side and the minus sign is going in to the right side. The embossing cylinder should be on the left and the counter cylinder should be on the right. I then slide the cylinders in carefully. At about the halfway point, the rollers should stay in place on their own. Once the rollers are in place, do another check to make sure that the embossing cylinder is on the left and has the X shape on top. The indicator triangles on top and bottom should be pointing directly at each other, and the side triangles should be mirrored. The next step is to install the handle connector. The handle connector has a matching X shape that should fit into the embossing cylinder holder. Next, snap the lid back on. The last step is to attach the handle grip. Place the handle grip on top of the handle connector and press down until it clicks into place. Now go ahead and test it out by giving the handle a couple of turns. It should feel a little stiff, but not too difficult to rotate. If you're experiencing a lot of resistance, double check everything is aligned correctly. And that's it. Your 3D printed Braille Embosser is now fully assembled.